The Orlando Magic have taken a jump of sorts this year as they sit half a game back of the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference playoff race and have a 39-28 record. A record that was built on the backs of having the 4th-ranked defense and having a young and growing star duo of Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero. Let's talk about Banchero, who has been the best player on the Magic. Much like the team, Banchero took a leap this year after winning Rookie of the Year last season. The second-year player is averaging nearly 23 points, 7 rebounds, and over 5 assists per game. And while there is a lot of hullabaloo about the valid questions surrounding his efficiency, he has become more efficient in every category this season compared to his rookie year. At 6'10 and a burly 250 pounds, Banchero has shown that he could be an offensive engine. And I think he has a chance to be a true elite offensive engine, and not because of his scoring at his incredible size, which is what I assume most people would point to. I look at the passing, which Banchero has displayed flashes of since coming into the league. He has upped his assists from 3.7 per game in his rookie year to 5.3 assists this season, and since the new year, he's been averaging 6 assists per game. At the time of this recording, Banchero has registered 4 games of double-digit assists this season compared to his rookie year, where he had 0 of those games. The Magic have leaned into their newly minted All-Stars playmaking this year, and his reps and growth in that area over the next few years will be critical as he continues to round out his game. To become a true offensive engine really means you're asking your best player to do everything well. And playmaking and making reads is usually the last puzzle piece that strings everything together. So what makes Banchero good at passing already? Before we dive into that, first give this video a like, subscribe to the channel if you are so inclined so you can get every type of video from breakdowns to player breakdowns, team breakdowns, news reaction, etc. Now, let's talk about the passing of Paolo Banchero. There are a lot of good qualities Banchero has as a passer, and he has displayed traits that tell me there are a few levels he could still possibly reach. Let's start with the fact that, as mentioned, Banchero is 6'10 and a wide 250 pounds. That alone gives him passing windows that other players simply don't have, and he can leverage his body to try and pry open passing windows that aren't there. One way he does this is by jump passing. When I was growing up, jump passing was an unforgivable sin among basketball coaches. But over the last 5 to 7 years, I feel like the newer generation of players have turned jump passing into a weapon. The most prominent example, of course, is Tyrese Halliburton. When Paolo jumps, he's basically adding more inches to his towering height and can see over the defense, and he'll fire darts, whether it be a simple read hitting a shooter or hitting a teammate who perfectly timed his cut to the basket, or he'll hit guys like Wendell Carter Jr. or Gogo Pataze on a post ducket. Banchero is also really solid running a pick and roll, and a defense gets scrambled trying to contain a ball handler of that size. You don't want the defender to be put in jail on Banchero's backside, or if you're the big man defending that pick and roll, you don't want that big man defender to be in what is essentially a one-on-one. When posting up, Banchero is good at making the right play rather than going for the home run when a double team comes. Based on these plays, Banchero has already shown he has a steady foundation in his playmaking bag. 1, he's a willing passer. 2, he's willing to just make the simple play. And 3, he is already really solid at making reads in general. There are improvements he could make, however. The first one I think of is the next step in the LeBron, Luka, Jokic lessons of big boy playmakers, which are the cross-court passes to the opposite corner. When I watch Paolo, I think he's gotten better as the year has gone on in that regard with that particular pass, but I do think he could hit that pass more consistently. There are times he either misses the opposite corner or ignores the opposite corner pass and chooses a different read, or there are times where he sees it, but he makes the pass just a beat too late. And of course, I have to mention, he is somehow 21 years old, so I feel like this is more of a thing where he needs to refine his feel and timing for making those type of passes. Another thing that sticks out to me is while his propensity to jump when making a pass is a weapon, I feel like he does rely on it a tad too much and finds himself in trouble. Of course, that doesn't mean he won't get better at it as his career goes on. I'm just strictly talking about this season. Also, there are a few instances where his bad pass turnovers are Paolo just misjudging how much touch or how much mustard he needs to apply to his passes. He'll throw fly balls to center field, or he'll fire off a rocket that goes through the wickets of a teammate. Another thing, and you can quite frankly make this criticism for any young playmaker, he could stand to improve his reads more as he sees more double teams. With all that said though, Paolo is already a good passer for his age, and he's displaying this on a Magic offense that is only ranked 24th in offensive rating per cleaning the glass, and they really don't have the prerequisite three-point shooting that Banchero and Franz Wagner will eventually need. That doesn't mean the Magic don't space their offense well, they do. But lanes and passing windows just become more open when you have more three-point shooting surrounding an offensive engine that can bend a defense. So all this tells me is Paolo is only going to get better. I'm not too concerned about Paolo's efficiency as a scorer as someone else might be. I think eventually he's just going to rectify his efficiency issues and maybe do it faster than we think. It's the playmaking element of Banchero's game that has me and probably a lot of Magic fans excited, because being a very good or elite playmaker could be the difference between being just an all-star caliber offensive player and being a true blue chip offensive engine.